Let's look at what the book of Hebrews says. In Hebrews chapter 9, verse 26, it says, "But Christ came only once and for all time at just the right time to take away all sin by sacrificing himself." There's a lot of information in that sentence. Christ came once. And when he came for all time. There are three parts to time. There is the present, now, but the present doesn't last very long. In fact, the present from 5 seconds ago is now the past. There's the past. What's the third part? The future. Jesus came once for all time. Past, present, and future. To take away what sin? All sin by sacrificing himself. But he came once at the end of the old way of worship. What does that mean? Well, remember, the agreement God had with his people was they acknowledged their sin. They were not following the rules that they had agreed to follow. So they had to present a sacrifice on a regular basis to cover their sin. That was what worship was. And they would go to the temple and they would offer their sacrificial animal to the priest, who would sacrifice it to God to cover their sin for a certain period of time. It never got rid of the sin, it simply covered it. That was the old way of worship. Jesus came once at the end of that, which means the end of that. We don't have to do that anymore. Our sin is no longer covered up. It's taken away. He gave himself once for all time. He gave himself to destroy sin. Destroy. When something is destroyed, it no longer exists.